always leave it to Charles Oliveira to honestly shock the world. Because, you guys heard my pick. I did pick Max Holloway winning, and I gave him like a 60-40 chance of winning. Like, I did see Charles having the tools to win, but my God, I was not expecting him to be just so much stronger than Max. As soon as he got his hands pretty much, wrapped around his body or locked up on his leg, it was pretty much just like an automatic takedown. Just way too strong for Max Holloway. And the other dominance, I mean, some people are calling it a boring fight. To me, Charles put up a very dominant performance. Not only that, but Max had incredible defense. A few people, more than a few people in the lightweight division would have definitely tapped out to those face cranks or some of those deep rear naked chokes that Max Holloway did have, so, props to Max for sure. He even got his black belt after that fight, after that amazing defense he did display against Bronx. Because look what he did to Mateus Gamrot. He submitted him with pretty much like no effort, it seemed. And it just shows how like really great Ilia Topuria is, because like the one time he did have his hands locked against Ilia was actually able to reverse, get on top, and actually put Charles in crucifix. He did get caught in a heel hook attempt by Charles, so he was actually able to escape, and then like about 30-40 seconds later, he pretty much knocked him out. And we're seeing that Charles is nowhere near washed. So like I'm tired of hearing that narrative, because I am an Ilia fan, and people say that Charles was like a shell of himself. But dominating Mateus Gamrot, dominating Max Holloway, lightweight Max Holloway at that. He had a full camp, he bulked up. It's just insane. I thought the defense of Charles wasn't gonna hold up, and I thought that Max was gonna blitz him with some really crispy combos and just be in and out, similar to how the Gaethje fight went. But since Charles is a little bit less obviously durable compared to Gaethje, I thought Max Holloway was gonna get the knockout. He did quit, so I'm gonna have to catch you guys in the next fight. Yeah, and also I understand the point that it was a BMF fight, but honestly, regardless of the BMF title being on the line or not, it was still a fight that determines who is gonna be the next top contender for the title. Because I know Arman's definitely supposed to be up there, but with him having a bad relationship with Dana White, it's seemingly like anybody else besides Arman will get a title shot. So, getting a win over Max Holloway would definitely put you right back in that conversation for a title shot. Because Ilia just had to get to Gaethje. There is a chance Gaethje could win. We don't know if Ilia would get like an instant rematch. He hasn't defended the belt, and if he lost it to Gaethje, he wouldn't have had a single defense at all. So, with that being said, that could put Charles right in there, because that's somebody he pretty much dominated, submitted, and pretty much almost knocked out Gaethje as well. I'm pretty sure that's how he got his rear naked choke. I think he dropped him with something, and he was able to take his back while he was rocked and submitted him. That's just how dangerous, Bronx is. And he was facing like better versions of, Poirier and Gaethje, and very, very impressive. And he's still doing these dominant performances, even at an older age, at the lighter weight classes, is definitely not appreciated enough. So that's why I say, like, the argument of, oh, this is a BMF fight, it doesn't really matter. I mean, at the end of the day, his ranking and his title contention is still on the line, regardless of the BMF title. And besides, Max Holloway, what he did to Gaethje and Poirier, another quitter. Yeah, because, I mean, imagine if the last time he faced a really great boxer, you got knocked out. Of course, you're going to incorporate a lot of grappling. And he did try to grapple Ilia, so people saying that he wasn't trying to grapple Ilia like he has been in these past two fights against Gamrot and Max, it's just stupid, because he did get Ilia on a takedown, but Ilia just instantly, reversed him and put him in crucifix, got back up, and knocked him out. Plus, the fight wasn't even that long for him to really adjust and try different ways to get Ilia to the ground anyways. So I just think that's just a dumb narrative. That's just how the MMA community is. But still, I'm very impressed, and I was entertained with that fight with Max Holloway versus Charles, because nobody does that to Max. Not at all. Last time I think he truly got dominated was against Volk in that third fight. Yeah, this Max Holloway right here. Well, eventually what we're gonna do is try to take him down behind that black line. And after right here, just try to see if we get a good clean takedown. Beautiful double leg. Double legs are usually really good to use, like when they're behind that black line. So you have more GA for your takedowns 9 times out of 10. So it gives them a smaller window to actually deny your takedowns. Oh yeah, put him in a dart stroke already. We might be able to one-tap him right here. No, we don't. But we're still going to take off a really big chunk of stamina anyways. But yeah, using Charles is really fun though, because I love using my teeps and keeping people at distance. But with Charles, look at that beautiful submission counter. But with Charles, we can use it to actually push people behind the black line, get really good takedowns. And just like that, that's how dangerous Charles Oliveira is. I'm probably going to do one more fight and call it a showcase. All right, so now we got a El Kukui. And it's the same type of game plan for the most part. Just try to pressure our opponents, get some solid takedowns. But yeah, what is your guys' opinion, you know, on that, on the BMF fight? You know, was it boring? Was it entertaining? Oh yeah, we already dropped him. We're gonna go right to his body. Oh yeah, look at the power of the Bronx, man. Making El Kukui's like durability look like it doesn't exist. There we go. You see he's walking forward with these combos, so it's making it a lot easier to read them. He is a little bit laggy, so I have to be careful with that. But I'm not sure why he's so aggressive, especially after getting dropped, rocked to the body very early. Yeah, hopefully with UFC 6, you cannot just be throwing like a madman like this. Oh, wow. We do get dropped. But hey, it's not a Charles fight if we don't get dropped, right? Can't be perfect with Charles. Yeah, get him right to the ground. Got him right down behind that black line. Let's see which way he's gonna go. And another one bites the dust. I'm probably gonna call that a showcase. Appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. I will catch you guys in the next one.